Now, the conference programme is nearly finished for this year's event, but there are still a couple of sessions to tell you about. In Room O, starting at 9:30, we have the SCTE Benelux lecture. This year's subject is Practical Limits in Networks. Meanwhile, in Room L, the European Digital Cinema Forum will be hosting its annual update. Topics in this 3-hour session will include SMPTE standards and archiving. Now, yesterday's IBC conference brought together experts from the new media. There were senior figures from some household names like Google, YouTube and Microsoft. And their vision has brought some astonishing developments to the way we communicate. But how do they see the future for traditional broadcasters? Will new platforms eventually mean the end of television as we know it? Well, that was the topic which came under debate in the forum. And the message for broadcasters seemed unequivocal. They must adapt or face the consequences.
They absolutely do have to change. I think if they stay as they are, then they're going to get basically that it is going to be a very big challenge for them, because the pace of innovation through the online video capabilities is going to move at such a faster pace that they will really have trouble keeping up.
What they're really going to need to do is, over the long term, plan to integrate IP services into their network, because really consumers are starting to demand connected experiences where content that's available online and broadcast content can interact together. And really the operator that doesn't offer some form of connected solution is going to be left behind.
I think the broadcasters have a role and a responsibility to actually be an active participant in the story that's being built. And I think that's the rich opportunity. Embrace, extend, try new things, and follow the needs of your customers and your users.
The patience for people to sit around and wait for some sort of broadcast schedule to bring them the content they're interested in will slowly transform. And so people will access content, I think, in more non-linear ways, whether that's on their mobile or through online services, websites. But then again, there is something still very attractive in going to the cinema and sitting in a communal experience and watching something, or sitting with your family and watching great broadcast programming. Great storytelling will always be a big draw.
Now, over the last few days, we've been asking our reporters to choose products from around the show which they've found especially interesting. In this last programme, we turn to the next generation. Now, IBC TV News is made by an experienced team, but we've been helped by a number of trainees who are just finding their way in the broadcast industry. George Hurd has been finding out what's caught their eye.
There's no doubt that IBC is bursting at the seams with innovation, but what does the next generation think? For the last week, a team of young people new to the industry have been helping us to produce IBC TV News. These students are the future of broadcasting, but they've never been to an event like this before. We asked them to choose what they most like amongst the thousands of products on show.
Hey, my name's Jack Tilling. I'm studying at Southampton Solent University. We're here at the David Bradley Engineering stand in IBC. This is one of my favourite stands here. I think it's really, really interesting. It's all about pan and tilt heads, automated pan and tilt heads rather. They engineer not only the actual heads but all the control units. These are really, really nice to use, really user intuitive.
Over in the new technology campus, we found an extraordinary new display developed by researchers at Japan's NICT. It's turning 3D into an experience you can literally touch.
My name's Daniel Pugh and I study broadcast sound. Well, it's a fascinating bit of technology. I mean, it seems to amalgamate, touch, feel, sensitivity. And, you can use this for anything. I mean, you could apply this to medical science, you could apply this to museums. I'm currently looking at an artefact, a historic artefact, and you can actually feel like you can touch it, and you can kind of maneuver it and navigate it.
Camera stability rigs have revolutionised the way we film, so it's no surprise that a budding cinematographer had his eye on the Sachtler stand. These designs target the HDV and mini DV camera market.
My name's Thomas Richardson and I'm doing media technology. This is the Optimus DV Pro that I'm currently using at the moment. I'm really impressed with this bit of equipment, just how light it is and how steady it is really. It just flows up and down, and as you can move around it just stays completely still. I mean, you can run on the spot, and I was really impressed it just doesn't move at all. You can just keep looking. It's a bit disorientating, but it's just an amazing bit of kit really.
If you've ever come across motion capture equipment, you'll know it often involves dozens of intricate sensors, plenty of time and serious expense. But our man Nick found something simpler and cheaper too.
I'm Nick Howard-Lanes and I've just graduated from university studying media arts and film and television, and I think XD Productions have created some brilliant piece of technology here. The motion graphics is just incredible, and the way that you can just interact with people through technology is brilliant. It can be used for gaming, so simple to use. Literally 2 joysticks create the emotions of the face, and then all the rest is you're just wired up, and it's just perfect.
So that's just a taste of what our IBC TV news students made of the show. In an industry that moves so fast, it's difficult to guess what might be here by the time they reach the peak of their careers.
Well, we're just about coming to the end of IBC 2009, and we've all gathered here in pretty uncertain times. With me now is the IBC Chief Operating Officer, Mike Crimp. Mike, what has the atmosphere been like here this year?
There's been a good buzz throughout all of the halls, Rob. I'm sure you've had a walk around yourself. There's been some fantastic stuff here. I think we've had a really, really good, solid turnout this year, and we've met everybody's expectations, maybe even exceeded it a little bit. Actually, while I'm speaking to you, what I'd like to say is that all the people here this year have worked particularly hard to bring this together, and I'd like to say thank you on behalf of IBC, and I look forward to seeing everyone next year.
Absolutely, Mike. Thank you very much indeed. And those dates for next year, by the way, are the 9th to the 14th of September 2010. We very much hope to see you here, as Mike was saying. Now, this is, of course, an absolutely vast show, and there are few people who've been able to visit every corner of it. So just in case there's something you've missed, we're now going to take you on a lightning tour around every hall, courtesy of Steadicam. We'll see you in 2010. Goodbye for now.
And now the weather for IBC. High pressure will cause very unsettled weather over the Netherlands today, with lots of cloud. In Amsterdam in the morning, the temperature will be 19 degrees with some sunny spells. By the afternoon, the rain will arrive and there'll be a mixture of sunshine and showers. Overnight it'll fall to 14 degrees and the rain will continue. And the outlook for the next few days is unsettled and dull to begin with, then the weather will improve towards the end of the week.